Did you spot the business mistake in this business? Recently, I did a Can You Spot the Business Mistake short where I asked you to take a look at this business and spot the business mistake. And the hint that I gave was that this business mistake would literally drive customers away at the door, as in they wouldn't even enter the business. Do you see it? The answer is the giant rat trap outside of the door. Okay, so it's not actually outside of the door. If you notice, there's a ramp that takes you up to the door, and your eyes go down because it's a curb, and they go straight to the rat trap that's not hidden very well behind the bush. If you're wondering why is this a business mistake, you are not thinking in the mind of a customer. First of all, this is a restaurant. Second of all, a giant rat trap is a huge advertisement that says, this place has rats. Come on in. Yeah, I don't know about you. As a person who goes to restaurants, I don't really want to eat at a restaurant that's advertising that it has rats. I mean, if it was a smaller trap, like a mouse trap, maybe I still would. But especially because it's a large trap, that tells me that something the size of a possum may be coming out of the bushes at any moment to get me. And that would freak me out. I think it would freak a lot of customers out. Now, actually, I think a lot of business owners and managers would probably be like, no, this is not a problem. This is totally fine. At least they're taking care of the problem. The thing is, the customer is not thinking that. The customer is simply thinking this place has rats, which means if I order food from in there, I might eat something with rat pellets on it. I don't think I want to eat here. Having said that, I have also seen this mistake outside retail establishments. I actually saw a couple of giant rat traps like this outside of Menards one time, and I still went into Menards, which is like Home Depot for those of you who don't know what Menards is. I still went inside. It did give me pause. It did make me look around like, am I about to step on something huge? Because they didn't have one. They had a couple of them outside of the door. And there's a lot of people out there that have a real fear of rats and may not want to enter a business if they see a giant rat trap outside. Now, believe it or not, I've actually got 3 simple fixes for this problem. And the first one starts with a toilet paper roll, a couple tubes of paint, a serrated knife. Do I look psycho? I'm trying for that psycho look. And last but not least, window foam. Ooh, are you intrigued yet? So believe it or not, this is a very simple way to camouflage a giant rat trap. All you have to do is spray the crap out of this all over the rat trap. And what will end up happening is as it dries, it will take a weird shape, kind of like a giant turd. You're gonna wanna stick something like this in the hole before you spray over it. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna wait like 5-10 minutes for that foam to solidify and no longer be sticky. Once it's no longer sticky, you take the knife. If you have one of those electric turkey carving knives, it's even better. And you're just going to slice through the foam and start to make a shape. And what you can actually do with this is you can actually turn it into a fake boulder. And it's a really good fake boulder too. I'm actually going to link in the description below a video of a DIYer who does this. And basically you just take some of these little paint things, which you can get at like Michael's for anywhere from $2 to $5. You could order them from Amazon. I'll put a link to Amazon in some different colors. Use grays, browns, oranges, green if you want to kind of give a fake plant look. And you can just have fun and make that boulder look beautiful. And now, once the boulder's done, just cut this out, pull it out, whatever you need. It does kind of make the rat trap a one-time thing. If you want to be able to use the rat trap over and over again, then what you could do is put a box over it first, and then spray the foam over the box that goes over the rat trap. That way the foam would actually be attached to the box versus the rat trap. And you could actually lift the boulder off and see if the rat is in there, or just throw the whole thing away if you want. It's up to you. So that's option number 1. Option number 2 is this right here. These are do-it-yourself planters. Now, you can actually go down to the Dollar Tree and you could find planters of all different sizes for like $1. I think it's $1.25 now. And there's plenty of videos that will show you how to make your own DIY, not only planter boxes, but actual pedestals. So you get a couple planters, get one that's big enough to cover the rat trap that you want, cut a hole in the side of it so that the rats can get in, and then you're gonna put the pod plant thing over it. If you get a square one, you can put the plant trap down inside of it, you'll want to put another plant on top of it, and you're gonna wanna have the hole in the side, and you don't want the hole facing the customers. If you do that, where you stack 2 planters one inside the other, then you can take the plant out and you can access the rat trap, put a new one in, do whatever you want with it. You could do square, you could do round. You kind of give a little bit of a glam effect. And then on the top of each pedestal, put a planter facing up and you can put plants in it. So it doesn't look like it's there to catch rats. It looks like it's there to be decorative. And then you can go down to Home Depot, Menards, Lowe's. I believe you can even get this at Target. This spray paint right here is a stone effect. Once you have the whole thing attached and looking the way you want it to look, whether you use Gorilla Glue, screws, however you want to attach it, you then take the stone effect paint. Then you paint the whole thing and make it look like one consecutive pedestal. And now you have a very fun DIY flower pot pedestal that looks very elegant if you were to put on either side of your door. Finally, a third option is if you do a pedestal, let's say instead of a pedestal, maybe you want a fountain look, a bird bath look, something like that. There are things like this on Amazon. This is a solar-powered bird bath. If the final pot that you put on top is more of a bird bath shape and you attach it, then you put water in the top. You put this little solar-powered fountain into the top, and then it activates by the sun. And there are fun ones that change colors, so they look really good at night, and they'll last a few hours after dark. And you could get a very pretty little effect for not too much money. So those are the 3 options that I recommend in order to hide your rat trap. I'm not saying get rid of your rat trap. I'm just saying hide it. And in all honesty, you could do all of that. It will really increase the beauty of your business if you did something like that. If you did a fake boulder, if you did potted plants, if you did bird fountain water fountains with lights, this could really enhance your business. You don't want to do that because you think that's too much work, too much money. The other thing you could do is simply put the rat trap around the side of the building. Don't put it in front of the door. Like, seriously, this is an advertisement. Hide it farther behind the bush where people won't see it when they come in and out. Because remember, they got to come out of that restaurant too. And if they see a rat trap, they're going to remember that. And the next time they think about eating food at your restaurant, they're going to remember that rat trap. And the same thing kind of goes for a business. If you see rats running around the front door of your business, then you really need to disguise your rat trap. Otherwise, if they're not near the front door, hide the rat traps around the corner where people can't see them. It's that simple. It's gonna at least get your customers in the door. Okay, so maybe you just think I'm crazy. Maybe you're like, no, it's not a big deal at all. If you want to know what people are saying, here's the link to the short that I did of Can You Spot the Business Mistake? Pop over there and see what the comments are. See if they agree with me or if they disagree with me. Finally, if you like the video, please make sure to hit like. If you want to ask me questions, make sure you put them in the comments. I will try to answer comments within 24 hours of any video going live. If you ask a question after 24 hours, I will try to answer it in future questions. But if you want to be able to talk to me and have me answer your question within the first 24 hours, make sure you not only hit that subscribe button, but hit that notification bell as well. For now, if you know a business owner or a manager who needs advice like this, please feel free to share the video.
Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next Biz Fix.